Just going to bring to you guys a breakdown of four verts, the four verticals concept. It was an old concept that, well, it is an old concept, but it's still used today. June Jones and his run and shoot offense were one of the first ones to use it. And coincidentally, the K-gun offense that was famously used by Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills, characters they had up there from Ted Marchibroda, obviously Marv Levy, Frank Reich, the backup quarterback at the time, and now Colts head coach. This was a concept that they used in the K-gun. They used it with a lot of success. And so what is four verts? Whatever the formation you use, you're going to have five pass catching options. Four of those are going to run vertical routes. Some teams, they're going to mix it up, and one or two of those routes will have a break inside toward the middle of the field, usually when the defense is showing a too high safety look. The bottom line is you're going to have four vertical routes designed to stress a safety or safeties on this play. This is from the 2018 National Championship game. I'm just bringing it to you. It's a concept that I expect the 2018 Colts to use. Well, I expect all 32 teams to use some variation of four verts. It can be run from almost any formation. Video that I found, that's the title right there, and it's just from the breakdown that they provided on game day right after this happened. But this is the play that sealed it. As you can see, the play before this, quarterback took a bad sack. Got more than 25 yards to go. There aren't a lot of plays in the playbook for 25 yards. Four verts is one of them. But we'll go ahead, we'll get into it here. A really good angle of it, because this safety, as soon as this safety flips his hips, because he's got, so there's three receivers lined up over here. This safety starts on the inside of the hash, he backpedals this way, a couple steps, and then he cuts back to the quarterback, or your right, his left, and he comes back over here because there are three receivers on this side of the field. This guy sees this tight end here start to break in. This tight end's covered, and you're going to see that on, there's a back angle that I actually like really well. But this tight end's covered really well. He's got this linebacker here, he's got this linebacker. These guys are both covered by corners that run underneath, and then this deep safety over here. With that said, this guy's coming here. The quarterback's looking this way, so naturally he starts his back pedal this way. He flips his hips, takes just a step or two, which, as you're going to see, is just enough to complete this pass. But watch what happens. Put stress on the defense, looks to the right, throws it back left. He actually, so this guy, he started on the inside of the hash, this safety, started inside the hash marks. He backpedaled over here, actually ends up back on top of the hash marks, right? So he's right lined up. He started the play inside the hash, he ends up on the hash marks. This guy's just flying down. The corners are playing like they have leverage over the top, like they have help over the top, right? So he's given inside leverage. This guy's over the top, so he's not going to try to cover him over the top because he has help. The problem is that this guy saw all these guys over here and knew that there's no possible way that everybody's going to be covered. And this guy, he actually sits down in his zone right here. So he's one-on-one, he's open. It's not 6 points, but he's open. If the quarterback doesn't throw the ball to this receiver here, so let's say this guy stays deep, let's say this safety stays deep over here, this guy's open. He's going to hit him. It's not 6 points, but I think it's not quite a first down because they lost so many yards. He might pick up the first down if he can make this guy miss it at 6 points. But again, assuming that he gets stopped right away, it may not even be a first down. But it's still on any given play, and again, this is specific to this situation, but if we're talking about the 2018 Colts and it's 2nd and 15 because we got stopped on a run play, hopefully that doesn't happen with our line this year, but we got stopped on a run play for a big loss on first down, this guy right here, that's going to be a good option. And again, even if it was man two, so even if they're all lined up, man coverage, this guy that dropped off into this zone here, even if he's covering him, he's going to be trailing him because he expects to have help over the top. So if this safety here goes with him, and this corner here drops off of this receiver over here to play underneath, either this receiver is going to be open deep, or this guy is going to be open coming this way. It just so happens that this guy here didn't cover, this safety here didn't cover this receiver deep. He came back towards the middle, which gave the quarterback just enough time to throw a great ball, perfect ball for 6 points and, well, the national championship. Here's the angle I really like. So it actually shows quite a bit. So the ball snapped and he's already started to fade this way, the safety here. He fades this way. This is the receiver that catches the ball. But anyway, he fades this way. And what happens? The quarterback looks back over here. He looks to his right, your current left. And he's watching these guys. He's watching this play develop. And he sees this guy here freeze. This guy here freezes. He doesn't continue to fade this way. He freezes. And they go a little bit off screen, but you can kind of still see the play develop on this side. Remember, this guy actually sets down in the zone right here. And this guy runs deep. And so this guy here is covering him, who runs a breaking route here. It's still a vert, but this guy breaks because of what these three guys here are giving him. So you see the play develop a little bit. And right here, the quarterback knows where he's going with the ball. He probably, again, if he doesn't throw the ball here, if this safety that lined up right here, if he had covered him, right now the quarterback would see this right here and see that this guy, that back foot means that he's not going to be able to turn and keep up with him. This guy, this linebacker, they're covering the tight end. He can't make the play on this ball if it's a well-thrown ball. He can't make the play on this ball if it's a well-thrown ball. And this safety here can't make the play on that ball. So again, this guy's open, this guy's open, this guy could be open if this safety played it a little bit different. There's so many possibilities for somebody is going to be open on 4 verts, regardless of what's called, unless you've got Champ Bailey, like top of his game Champ Bailey, top of his game Darrelle Revis. Somebody's going to be open on 4 verts every time you run it. The issue then becomes, do you have a quarterback good enough to find that, to understand that, and to make that throw? So we'll go ahead and take a look here. Again, it's a perfect throw. Everything's well. See, look, there's nobody within, what is that, 7 yards? The closest defender's within 7 yards of the slot receiver when he comes open. Again, he was open. The wide receiver on the left of the screen right now, he was open. It just so happens he had a step because this corner here believed that he had help over the top, because he did have help over the top. It's just that the safety help he had over the top, the guy had to make a decision. He made a decision, and there was no good decision for him to make. And that's what 4 verts does. It makes you make a decision when there is no good decision to be made. And so that's 4 verts. I expect to see that from your 2018 Colts. Obviously, it's not going to be the staple. We're not going to be going out and throwing 7-step dropbacks and trying to get people open deep downfield. Hopefully, those days are over. But with that said, if there's a safety that's a little bit weak and we can exploit it, I expect to see us take a few shots a game, because it's the NFL, and you take your deep shots. You take your shots throughout the game, and hopefully you hit one, and if you don't, then that's all right. Hopefully the guys underneath are picking up some first downs. But anyway, that's 4 verts. I'm going to add this to my breakdown of Frank Reich's offense, and specifically the influences that Frank Reich had when he was in Buffalo, and what that means for the 2018 Colts, what he's going to bring and what he's going to leave, and it should be good. So let me know in the comments what you think of 4 verts, if this is something that you think T.Y. Hilton and the current group of receivers are going to be able to do, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon.